So you just saw Western region. It's one of my favorite regions. I believe that this region is going to become the Texas of Africa. This is where we are going to have the most industrial plants with the most minerals, the most agro products to be processed, and is right next to the coast. We can supply Africa and even supply the world.
Vimbas.
Hello, sir. Hold on, like, you're not ready yet.
I told you
Today, that preacher stands before us, shake our hands and want to forget. Who dare to imagine a better world, a visionary who saw beyond the horizon, an industrialist who built bridges.
Nyabutre never video way to the very last end. Na Jacob Freedom Caesar air trendy across Africa. Over the 12 pillars for economic freedom presentation on make here just last night. In case you don't know, Cheddar ABPM, as you can see on the screen, I will tipper track mu just will be presenting the 12 pillars for economic freedom. And then any 12 pillars for economic freedom, I Cheddar can want them. Also, so ordinary president, if and only if he becomes the president. These 12 pillars, no, strategies will be adapted to change the fortunes of Ghana. Now, or say. Obe focus say was 16 regions of Ghana being the first pillar, 16 regional industrial revolution and or two needing. And no, and I catch the attention of a lot of people. Or say as it stands now, Ghana you will timber, you will cocoa, you will oil, you will a lot of raw materials. Now so yeah the deka ewa manone, say yes resre and sana. Yenye sika aye yankasa ye project according to Jacob Freedom Caesar, also the president of Ghana. Your fortunes also BCC industries were all 16 regions and more production and export instead of less production and massive importation. Now or analyze it as a western region out of all the 16 regions and a super rich or say a honum can be the Texas of Africa. More industries western regions and so ben impoano ntino more production or bet me are exported with ease. That is Jacob Freedom Caesar's first pillar, which what in 16 regional industrial revolution. I don't think about next video no to the very last end. Yeah, the point 2, which also has caught the attention of a lot of Ghanaians and Ebremo in our next video. Vimbas TV so and I'm with full video no Vimbas on YouTube.
Talking is no longer an option. Action is imperative, and it must be swift.
Vimbas.
Where the thief comes only to steal, kill, and destroy, we stand resolute with a higher purpose to build our nation and restore our rightful heritage. This policy is not just a vision, it is a call to action. A blueprint for a future where Africa claims its place on the global stage, not as a continent rich in untapped potential, but as a beacon of prosperity and progress. Let us embrace this challenge with the urgency it demands, for the time to act is now. Thank you. So I would like to start. Maybe I should go to the screen. And I would like to start with, as you see right now, you can see that there is an organogram with me beside it. In the middle of that organogram, you can see the apostolic governance, the 12 ministries. The 12 ministries will be responsible and accountable for these 12 pillars. We start this policy presentation, which is a developmental agenda, with pillar 1, the 16 regional industrial revolution. Well, as we already know, there are 15 dormant regions and one region that is choked. But we're about to revive the 15 and bridge it with the one. I like to start with a video. So we can play the first video, which is the 16 Industrial Revolution.
Vimbas.
Let me know. Okay. Just let me know when. All right. So that was the first video of the Industrial Revolution. This has started the 16 industrial regional industrial revolution. It's supposed to bring back the 15 dormant regions that we have left for so long and we haven't done anything. But tonight, I would like to unveil all the potential minerals, arable lands, and all that we have discovered through the research within the 15 regions to Ghanaians. Now, as you are seeing, we start by making sure we invest in all these 16 regions. That is industrial plants to be able to refine all our minerals. And then the processing plants to be able to process all our agro plants. So I would be able to take my time and take you through our research on attribution reserves shows that gold, iron ore, gas, bauxite, and lithium and diamond, the potential of agro processing and all the arable lands in the country amounts to 2.5 trillion US dollars. This is the outcome of our research. We are determined to bring out every region's wealth. So as you can see, we have searched every region inside out and realized what sort of wealth that can be created there and projected it in the next 10 years. Ghana will have an economic output at 4.7 trillion with the 13 million hectares of arable lands and all these minerals. We will also create 8 million jobs in a decade. Now let me look at some of the places. I've already showed you Volta region. Maybe we should look at Ashanti region. Can we play the video for Ashanti region?
Vimbas.
maybe we could see another region. So as you already seen, Ashanti is 240 billion worth of gold, minerals, lithium, and arable spaces for us to create the biggest potential of farming, agro processing. We want to become exporters, not importers. I mean, let's look at Western region. Let's look at Western region. I think Western region is by far the richest region, if not in Ghana, on the continent. So you just saw Western region. It's one of my favorite regions. I believe that this region is going to become the Texas of Africa. This is where we are going to have the most industrial plants with the most minerals, the most agro products to be processed, and is right next to the coast. We can supply Africa and even supply the world. We have to take the Western region very serious. 420 something billion, it's something for us to take very serious because one is going to create all the jobs in the western side and even bring people from other parts of Ghana. We are going into wealth creation, and I want to do this with you, Ghana. As you can see, wealth creation comes with job creation, but we produce 200,000 barrels of oil per day in Ghana. We sell this, and then in fact we let people extract it, go and refine it, then we go back to Europe and buy this same product premium and sell our fuel at 15 point something cities per liter. All we have to do is build our refineries, and we will have competitive prices, and we will save the losses in the economy, the inflation in the economy, just because of industrialization. As we can see also, just our oil can also produce us all the petrochemicals. We don't need to import products. We need to export products. The more we import products, the more we drive our economy out of this country. The more we export products, the more we take in other people's economy into our country. And the more we would export, it means we have created jobs. You know, this is going to make Ghana become the powerhouse of Africa. Okay? We cannot do a Greek without the culture.
Vimbas.
You can see that we have a lot of farmers in Ghana, but we don't have the processing plant to process the farming product. So we do the Greek, but we don't do the culture. The culture is the 7 times of processing one product, like cocoa. It can be chocolate. It can be cocoa butter cream. It can be a shampoo. It can be so many things. And there is the brown fields to create other things from this one product and create more jobs. As you can already see, 800,000 jobs per year within these 16 regions. That makes it at least 50,000 people getting a job in a region. I mean, I'm being conservative with the 8 million jobs in 10 years. But to be honest with you, a machine, a plant, is the only thing that can give you jobs in 3 different shifts. 8 hours times 3 a day. That is what I call 24-hour economy. You need industrialization. Who sells Gary for 24 hours in Makola? The women in Kejetia and Kantamanto cannot work for 24 hours. It would take a factory. It would take a plant, a production line to give 3 shifts a day. No industrialization, no 24-hour economy. I have brought you your economic freedom. With all this potential, how do we connect our regions and transport the supplies on the industrial scale? That takes you to pillar 2. We've just finishing with pillar 1. I can hear you. Well, we have just finished with pillar one, and I would
Vimbas.
like to introduce you to pillar two. I want a nation to give me this moment and pay me this attention because this is truly a vision, a policy, a developmental agenda, and with or without me, it must be applied. So let's go to pillar two.
Yes, so that is Jacob Freedom Caesar for you. Our making a very, very massive presentation on the 12 pillars for economic freedom. Obe initiative, they are changing the fortunes of Ghana. Even though a lot of people have their own reservations about Jacob Freedom Caesar, aka Cheddar, no, this particular presentation I want to make catch the attention of a lot of people across Africa, almost seeing ideas out of the world. He is super brilliant. What is your take about it after watching the video? You need to see the video no to the very last end. Vimbas TV so ena.
Vimbas TV.